I love you, Cindy. Fantastic work. Thank you very much. And thank you so much, Dr. Emile Reid. It is Health Tuesdays here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Time for us now to talk about our diets and a balanced lifestyle. Now, we know that living a well-balanced lifestyle with moderate exercise and a diverse diet is the key to living a long and healthy life. It really is. But often overindulging in eating junk foods does get the better of us. We're only human. It happens, especially over the festive season, which may result in long-term health conditions. And we chat to Dietitian Tessa Hille on the correlation between diet and health, as well as how overindulging on junk food can actually sabotage our immune system. Tessa, good morning. So good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about the correlation between food and, I suppose, our immune system. So the food that we eat and our health. What is the relationship there, or the correlation?
Well, there's a really strong correlation because you can imagine that food is a way for our bodies to get the nutrients we need.
Yeah.
And you know, there's that direct reflection saying you are what you eat.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So the better you eat, the healthier you eat, the much better your health is going to be.
I often see the word inflammation coming through and trending very often, especially when it comes to conversations that have got to do with the immune system. What exactly is inflammation and what contributes to the damage that we can expect when it comes to our immune system and that we see, I suppose, manifesting in inflammation?
So inflammation is the body's defense mechanism. It's actually a very natural response. And it's generally when we get an injury or an infection. So you can imagine if you stub your toe or cut your finger, it starts to go hot and red and swollen.
Yeah.
That's very normal. It's almost your body starting to try and heal itself. But what happens is that when we get this long-term, ongoing kind of healing process, our bodies can't really handle it anymore. We kind of say it goes off the rails, and this kind of starts becoming more long-term chronic.
Yes.
And this, unfortunately, can actually be quite detrimental to our health.
Well, the thing is, overindulging happens. It does happen. And in the festive season, even more so than any other time of the year. I mean, we were having this conversation just in the makeup room, talking about people are really about to step into the season of eating everything, all the junk food, all the over-processed foods that you can imagine. What sort of damage can those cause?
So if we overindulge in processed foods, again, we're not giving our bodies that chance to get all the nutrients we need. Because processed foods are generally quite high in a lot of the added salts, saturated fats, the added sugars. And we know long-term eating this is not going to aid our immune system. So again, inflammation and that chronic long-term inflammation is going to happen. But we also see generally over the festive season, you know, that there's a little bit of that extra weight gain that can happen. And
I mean, if you're eating a burger like what we've just seen there, that stacked up burger, that's what you are going to get.
Yeah. So we'll see if we're having a lot of those foods, we're not, again, optimizing that. And unfortunately, something like those long-term detrimental health effects can happen.
Diabetes is an issue. Arthritis, IBS, there's a whole list and a whole host of issues that can arise. Do these cause a chronic inflammation or damage to the immune system?
So actually, these kind of health issues are one of the results from having long-term chronic inflammation. I think it's really important to realize, though, that it's not necessarily diet alone, right? We've got to think about our lifestyle. So not getting enough sleep, not being active enough, right? Especially you get a bit lazy during the holiday season. As well as things like smoking, it's also quite a bad one. And things like if we're carrying a little bit of extra weight, that can also lead to those long-term kind of that inflammatory state, meaning that we can, you know, put ourselves at risk of getting diabetes or arthritis.
The beauty of this conversation, Tessa, is that we're showing everyone, or you're saying to me and everybody else out there watching, that there is solutions, or there are solutions, there are ways in which we can mitigate these factors and, of course, do the right thing with our immune system and our health. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic chat. Well, it's time to hear from you, South Africa. IMMUENZA is giving away some amazing experiences, and all of these are valued at 5,000 Rand each, from skydiving to personalized food experiences with a chef, advanced driving, or even shark cage diving. I mean, it's all the fun things. All you have to do is reply to the IMMUENZA competition post on the Expresso Facebook page or our Twitter page at Expresso Show, and tell us which of the 6 experiences would you love to win and why. Make sure to use that hashtag IMMUENZA, and this competition will close tonight at midnight. The T's and C's, you can find them on our website, expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with IMMUENZA.